Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I begin the presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Amilatul Hasana from class 6 Islamic Economics A, Islamic Economic and Business Faculty, State Islamic University of Saifuddin Zuhri, Purwakarta. And now I will explain about one of the topics in the institutional economic course, namely rural development and institutional financial sector. And my presentation is divided into four main sections. The first is capital and rural development. The second is the financial sector, formal and informal. The third is the financial system in the agricultural sector, the case of sugarcane farmers. And the last is the institutional design of the financial sector. Rural areas are an aspect that cannot be separated from the country's economic development. Therefore, the economic development of a country will not be able to occur effectively if development in rural areas is hampered. The success of this development is determined by how the villager can carry out socio-economic mobility. In this phenomenon, institutions are important because the institutional development of the financial sector can be an important instrument in overcoming the scarcity of capital in rural areas. The first section about capital and rural development. According to Book in his research on the Dutch East Indies economy, the Indonesian economy is divided into two unrelated sectors, namely the traditional and modern sector. The concept of economic dualism can be explained in the following stage. The first phase, the goal of rural development is directed from the original commodity development to the emphasis on the growth of small farms. Second phase, small farming business growth continued to integrated rural development efforts. The third phase, the shift in state-led rural development toward market liberalization through structural adjustment policies and free market. The fourth phase, rural development is directed at strengthening the process of participation, empowerment, and export. The fifth phase, the importance of sustainable livelihoods as an integrated framework for rural development. The sixth phase, placing rural development as a strategy to reduce poverty. Second part about financial sector, formal and informal. Financial institutions in rural areas can be divided into three types. The first, informal financial institutions. Second, semi-formal financial institutions. And the third, informal financial institutions. Then the third section is about financial system in agriculture sector, the case of sugarcane farmers. Sources of credit for sugarcane farmers can be categorized into three groups. Credit originating from sugar factories, where the money comes from government programs channeled through designated banks. Credit originating from middlemen, and credit from neighbor or family. The last section about financial sector institutional design. Problem with financial institutions in rural areas can be identified in three aspects. Credit access problems. The bargaining position and very low information of rural communities make them vulnerable to manipulation practices from formal and semi-formal financial institutions. Asymmetric information from the lender or credit to the borrower. That's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Hopefully this presentation will give us new insight on rural development and financial sector institutions. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.